Consistency can be so challenging sometimes, right? Like it's like crazy how much our habits transform and actually form our life. How in shape or not in shape we are comes down to our habits. How successful and unsuccessful we are comes down to our habits. How happy or unhappy we are comes down to our habits. Our habits make up 40% of all of our daily actions. That's a large percentage, y'all. Like what? Habits are essentially the small decisions that we make every single day, and many of our habits are involuntary, meaning that it's just something we do repetitively again and again and again. And until we break the habit or build a new one, we're just gonna keep repeating the same things that we do a lot of the time. Funny enough, many of us think we struggle with consistency, and yes, we do to an sense. But I always like to remind people that I work with, like my clients, that at the end of the day, we're all consistent at something. It may be the thing that we don't want to do, but we have consistent routines and things that we do every single day without repeat. So let's learn to use those parts of us to actually get consistent with the things we want to be doing. And that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing in this video. I'm going to be sharing 3 ways to get consistent. Hey, if you're new, welcome back. If you're not, I'm Sade Kelly. I'm a time management coach who helps high achievers like yourself achieve their goals in less time and without sacrificing their self-care or overly stressing by learning how to manage their time more efficiently. Time is the most valuable asset we have. So essentially, managing what you accomplish in your life with your time is the sum up of what your life is going to be made up of. I know, pretty big deal, but not to overly scare you, but I want you to just understand how important your time is and why the information I'm going to be sharing is so valuable to your life. So keep watching if you want to know these 3 quick ways that you can start becoming consistent. The first way is you have to identify your why. In order to make a habit stick and to be able to do it for a long term, you have to have a clear, compelling reason and vision as to why you are doing the habit. If you do not have a strong reason, you will give up on it very easily. Think about it. The things that we know we want to get done because we're so connected to it, we're so passionate about it, it's something burning inside of us that we want to do, it means so much to us, it's often the things that we actually do because we understand the urgency and importance of it. Now, if you haven't identified your reason why or like your mission for doing the habit, it most likely will not happen over a long period of time. You'll just start it and give up on it. And what happens is a lot of people can't even get it done for a month or so, or even past 2 weeks. Now, if you didn't know, habits typically can take a minimum of 21 days, which is the common number everyone's heard of usually. But it can take up to 66 days for most people on average, 90 days to actually make it a true life change. And the longest time it could take you to develop and get consistent with the habit is 254 days. If y'all don't know how long that is, it's pretty long, right? There's 365 days in the year. So 254 is a little over 8 months. And I always like to tell my clients, and I think this will resonate with you too, the amount of time it takes to essentially birth a baby is the amount of times you should give yourself to develop a habit. You got to give yourself some more grace with that. But when it comes to determining your why, it is so vital for you to figure out if you want to develop a new habit, what's the reason behind it and why does this even mean anything to you? Like, why do you want to be doing it in the first place? Many of us don't take the time to reflect on why we want to do something. We just think we should do it, or we think because society says it's good, we should do it, but that's not going to move you as a person. So you want to have a logical connection to the habit that you want to achieve, but you also want to have an emotional connection to it as well. Like, it's really important that you're in tune with the emotions you want to be having with this habit, because we're humans, we're emotional creatures, whether we like it or not, it is what it is, right? So if we have an emotional tie in addition to a logical tie to the habit, most likely it will happen. Think about it. If you want to save a certain amount of money and you're telling yourself, I just want to save because they tell me I should save 30% of my income, let's say, most likely you're not going to save, or you're going to take money out of that savings account. Been there, done that. This is personal experience. But when you're saving money for something that really means something to you, like for me, I really wanted to go to this great vacation, right? I've been wanting to go to Colombia for like the longest, and I really wanted to make sure I went there for my 29th birthday. So did I save the money to go there? Heck yes, right? If you have a compelling, deep desire to do something, and there was some deep things I really wanted to do in that country, and I wanted to make sure that I saved the money to be able to do that. So if you're saving money with a deeper reason, like to buy a home for your family so you have a legacy, or you can buy property so you can pass it down, right? These are deeper reasons. Or if you're working out because you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and you know you want to live a long life and you want to be healthy, and the doctor is telling you, hey, you need to start moving your body more, you need to eat a little bit healthier. That's a more compelling reason than like what I used to work out for. True example, I used to work out because I wanted to have a mixture of like Nicki Minaj and Beyonce's body, and I just felt I needed to look like that to feel sexy and attractive. And it's like that wasn't compelling. That just drove me down unhealthy diets and just extreme working out, or no, not working out at all, or just simply giving up, right? But when you have a more clear, compelling reason that means something to you deep down, like, you're gonna do it, okay? But I'm also gonna give you some other tips on how you can get consistent, because identifying your why is not gonna just totally get you through, but it is like one of the main things you got to do in the beginning. The second tip around how you can get consistent is to make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy for yourself. Life can be hard. Life can be challenging. Make this habit easy, okay? Our brains love easiness. We love to do things we're comfortable with. We love to flow. Like, we just want to live a life that we desire, right? Our brain wants to keep us safe. And because of that, we have to make things easy when we're trying to develop our habits. We have to decrease the friction into increasing this habit, and we have to increase the friction into the habits we don't longer want to be doing, strictly because our brains are wired for pleasure. So let's make it pleasurable. Let's make it easy when we're trying to develop a new habit. And one of the best ways you can do that is start to set up your environment for the new habit that you want to create. So let's say you want to eat better. Stop putting the chips in the cupboard and putting it front and center, right? Start having your fruit out, or putting your more vegetables you actually enjoy and like out. Start looking up healthy recipes that actually taste good, right? Because if we're just eating salads and we don't enjoy it, of course it's gonna be miserable. But if we can find ways to intertwine things that we like, make it more fun, and make it easy for us to do it, or make them quick meals, we're most likely to develop that habit. I had a client who wanted to start reading more, but she could never sit down and read. At least she claimed she couldn't. So we made it super easy. We made a rule for her and a boundary where 30 minutes before she would go to sleep, what she would do is turn off her phones, get into bed, and grab her book. And she would keep her book on her pillow to remind her to read. So in the morning when she went up her bed, she'd place her book on there. And then at nighttime, she would see the book and she'd go, oh yeah, it's easy. My book is right there. I know this is the time I'm going to read. Let me sit down and read. And it actually helped her get better sleep and to sleep more often. I had a client who wanted to stretch more in the morning. You know what we did? We put her freaking yoga mat at the end of her bed. So as she was walking out of bed, she saw the mat and she would go and do her stretches. Make it easy, okay? Like, if you want to develop a habit, and let's say it's meditating, if you have to make it the only app on your front screens that you will sit there and open that app and meditate, do it. Like, do not be ashamed of making it super easy. Do not be afraid of making your habits bite-sized. Like, make it super small. I see this all the time. A lot of people, they want to start a new habit and they want to go out and they want to do it for like 20 minutes. They want to start working out. They're like, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to work out, do all these crazy workouts I've never done before. Get into the gym. I'm going to go for an hour every single day. You're going too hard. Like, you're starting off and you're going into it too heavy. You're making it too hard, and you're going to give up on it most likely. So what you should do is make it really bite-sized. One day you go in the gym, you go on the treadmill for 5 minutes. Next day you start doing some weights, seeing how you like certain things in the gym. Maybe you take a workout class. Like, make it fun. Do a variety of different things. Make it super bite-sized, and then work your way up. If you want to start reading more, read one page a day, or read one page one time a week. Then increase it over time. And keep promising yourself that you'll show up and at least do the action, no matter how small or how big it is, right? If you want to read, reading one word still counts. But keep showing up and reading that one word. And eventually, if you promise yourself, hey, read one word, next thing you know, you're reading a whole book or you're reading a whole chapter in a day. And it's crazy how this works. You really want to make it easy, make it bite-sized. And I'm sure this, coupled with making sure your why is really strong, is going to change the game for you. And then I have one more way you can get consistent. So hold off, watch the end of this video so you can catch this one way as well. If you're enjoying what you're learning so far, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, because I love giving this content. And I want to know if you like it too. The third way to get consistent with your habits is to use logic instead of your emotion, right? When it comes to your habits, I want you to push past those feelings of, I don't want to, I don't feel like it. Because I want you to know, unfortunately, that is how our brains work. Because we want to do things that are pleasurable, because we want to do things that are comfortable, oftentimes when we're about to do something that goes outside of that, our brain is like, no, don't do that. No. I want to stay comfortable, right? So that resistance is always going to be there. And I want you to know that even me, I love what I do. I love being a coach. I love getting on my coaching calls. I love showing up online to share my message. Do I feel like doing that every single day? No. Do I feel like doing my morning routine every day? No. Do I feel like doing my night routine every day? No. Do I just want to chill in bed all day sometimes? Yes. Do I allow myself to do that? Sometimes, yes. Right? But when I need to show up and I know I have things that I promised myself I would do, I do it, right? I don't let those feelings hold me back. And that's where discipline really has to come into play. And this is where a lot of people who are successful are able to be super, super disciplined, and they're able to show up for themselves, right? And it doesn't mean you have to show up 100% every single day. I don't want you to think that's what I mean. But you want to be showing up at least 80-90% of the time. And you want, even if you're not feeling the best that day, still show up for yourself, even if it's in a small way. You have to train yourself to override those feelings. Because for many people, when they're trying to develop a new habit, no matter how small it is, how big it is, they let their feelings get in the way. And the thing about feelings is that we cannot control them. If you didn't know that, I'm going to give you a little lesson on feelings real quick. You cannot control your emotions. They're going to come up. Like they just are. Sometimes I don't know where they come from, right? Right? They just come up. But the thing about emotions is they come up and they only last for 45 seconds. They last for less than a minute. The reason they become a mood, or they start to trigger other emotions, or they start to trigger all these different things going on in your mind and in your thoughts, is because we choose to make them a mood. You have the ability to change your thoughts as soon as that 45 seconds is up. So you feel the emotion, you go, you know what? I feel that emotion. I acknowledge that emotion. I'm going to move past it and let that emotion go. Now, it's easier said than done, but it doesn't mean that you can't train your brain to do so. And after watching this video, that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to start thinking your emotions. I want you to start pushing past so that you can get more discipline. I want you to make sure that you're defining what consistency with your habit means for you, and you're tracking it along the way. Because a lot of things that don't get tracked and they don't get measured, they don't happen. So if you want to start developing a better habits, make sure you're using a tracking Excel document. I have plenty of those that I give to my clients. Or you can start using an app like Streak or Way of Life or any other, or Habit Now. There's so many habit tracking apps. And just make sure that you're tracking your progress and reflecting on it every day or every single week to keep you motivated to keep going. And this can be for anything. Something as small as, I want to drink more water every day, so I want to make sure I'm tracking my water, all the way up to anything big. Like, I want to make sure my business is growing. I want to make sure I'm showing up online every single day, or I'm going live every day, or whatever it is for you. Tracking it is going to truly change your results. If you enjoyed this video, you'd absolutely love my coaching services, where you'd be able to take what you're learning in this video, apply it strategically to yourself, as well as have accountability from me firsthand, helping you along the way. So what I do as a coach is help people strategize their plan to efficiently use their time better in all aspects of their life, right? So I'm helping you essentially get your life together by being more efficient with your work or your business, or both. And then also using that free time and maximizing that as well. So you can spend more time with your family and friends, more time with your wellness, more time for yourself. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, we will map it out for yourself and get you consistent, as well as teach you the tools so you can hold yourself accountable, track your progress, as well as keep using these tools for the rest of your life. That is my sole purpose, to help you create more time to pursue your passions and things that light you up in life. that sounds like something you want, go ahead and get started by booking a free, no obligation time audit call with me, where we'll go into your time challenges. I'll literally audit it for you, show you where you could be maximizing your day and how you could be getting to achieving your goals much faster. I love helping high achievers just like yourself. So go ahead and book that time audit call with me using the link in the description, and we'll see if we're a great fit for each other, and we'll go from there. If you like this video as well, I'd love for you to like it. First of all, let me know that you enjoyed this content, you want to see more of it. Comment what your biggest takeaway was. What is something you learned from this video that you're immediately going to implement? And then make sure you're subscribed so you can catch this content. Share this content with a friend. I'm a new channel right now, but I'm looking to grow and I can't wait to see how I can expand. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.